Hello fellow enthusiasts to yet another review, and today is Teio's time to shine, since I will now discuss this colorful altar figure of her that was released in late 2025. So yeah, yet another one where I waited arguably too long to do a video, but since this was almost 3 years in the making, I thought, why not take the same approach as the manufacturer and just delay her review until, well, I felt like it. Luckily for me and the algorithm, since the mobile game launched worldwide, Uma Musume is more popular than ever, and so this doesn't feel like an outdated topic yet. But before I talk about the figure itself, let's also quickly discuss her box as well. Alta is one of those legacy brands where every release feels a bit like an event banner in a gacha, so their presentation is almost always top notch. Tokai Teio, for example, comes to you in this airy, slightly blue tinted plastic box that wears her name as well as the people that worked on her proudly front and center. They are accompanied by some laurel ornaments in gold stating, "This one is a champion." The inlay that most of the time also covers the backside of a box only spans from left to right. It basically repeats the information from the front while also showing a larger than life photo of the figure, and the inside is burning with passion. The backside also very similar to the front side, but besides the character's name, it also features the Uma Musume Pretty Derby logo. Although this is a transparent box, you might not see as much of the figure because when she arrives, most of her is covered up in protective foil, but on the plus side there is this rather large cutout in the front that lets you take a good peek to her head, shoulders, and even the stretched out arms, so pretty luxurious if you ask me. Despite having a relatively normal pose, not all of her parts are pre-mounted, so if we unbox this, we will quickly learn that beside the main blister, there's also a smaller one in there that houses her, well, ponytail and 3 feathers. Wait, feathers? I thought those were horse girls. Well, those 3 feathers belong to this dream catcher that is part of her Beyond Horizon garment that differs quite a lot from her more recognizable white and blue military leader inspired outfit. In fact, this one is pretty much the total opposite. Red instead of blue, black for white with short sleeves and a crop top. As far as I'm concerned, this is a different build that was first introduced to the Japanese version in 2021. The figure itself was announced in November of 2022, and almost on time for her release, this skin was also brought over to the English version of the game in July of 2025. So who knows, maybe it was Alta's plan all along, releasing the figure once the skin is available in the English version. And who knows, maybe it was also my plan to release this video in July to correspond with this initial in-game release. Or maybe it was just a coincidence. Nevertheless, this really feels like a pure summer figure. Not only are her clothes much shorter than the Peak Joy version, but also this vibrant color scheme instantly reminds me of a beautiful sunset in a desert valley of some sort. In fact, the whole outfit gives off strong cowboy, or should I say Uma girl vibes. I mean, just look at her ridiculous high boots. Not only are they insanely detailed, but the feathered looking scallop has so much drama already, it could be its own character. Honestly, this reminds me a bit of Gemini Sunrise from Sakura Taisen 5. Also a redhead with blue eyes and a western inspired outfit, and also a character very much liked. So maybe that's the reason why I gravitated to this one instead of a more traditional white and blue race gear figure or one where she wears her school uniform. But let's be honest, that fiery outfit of hers is packed with tons of smaller details like the gold-plated buckles, the gemstone bracelet around her horse ear with feathers that correlate to the one on the Dreamcatcher, and that's far from everything. She also has a nice necklace, detailed boot straps and several different ring cuffs around her arms. Of course, the main party trick with this one is that her base is also actually a turntable. So if mounted, you can turn her in any direction while still having the nameplate front and center. Or you do the opposite, because if you are like me and still on the fence if you like this base design or not, maybe it's the better option. The shape is nice, the ornaments are okay I guess, that it turns is a nice gimmick, but it also makes it a bit more rattly and flimsy, and it does not have the best feel to it. Looks like a trophy, feels like cheap and thin plastic. And I'm still not sure if this metallic blue was the correct color choice. I mean, it contrasts well against the red of the figure, but still. I mean, maybe it's some sort of reference to the show, game or horse racing in general that I'm not aware of, but I would have preferred this in green. Goes also good with red and gold, but would also symbolize the grass of a track. Also, before I forget, even though I like the shape of this tapered design, it makes it a bit difficult to grab, so keep that in mind. Her facial expression with this confident winner smile combined with the stretched out peace sign looks great. I don't even mind the glossy eyes on this one, since it makes her expression even more shiny and hopeful. Combine this with the dynamic looking hairstyles of both her ponytail as well as her, well, actual horsetail, and you really can feel the energy of this figure. I mean, it's a simple pose, almost stilted, but damn is it effective. And yeah, by the way, you might think based on this pose that she is able to stand on her own without a base, and technically you are correct. I even managed to keep her balanced on a rotating and rattling turntable, but I was also very anxious and kept my hand over her ready to catch the figure at any given moment. So I would not recommend this, not even for a short amount of time for, let's say, a figure photo. Because if she falls flat on her face, maybe she might not break a leg, but there are plenty of pointy things on display that will not tolerate a sudden stop on the ground. Especially this red and yellow scarf or cape thingy not only has the same color palette as the feathers, but it also features some glitter that, when filmed like this, starts to twinkle. As an inspiring jockey, the last hurdle you have now to jump is of course your wallet, because all this good stuff comes with a hefty price tag. I mean, it's an Alter release, so of course the number 1 as a digit is absent from the MSRP, but still, all things considered, if you are a fan of this Uma, I think this might be the definitive version of Teio to this day, especially in this more uncommon outfit. As for me, I'm pretty happy to have this in my collection. Not only is it a beautiful figure to look at, I consider myself as an Uma enthusiast of the first hour. I mean, I don't play the game because I still value my time more, but it's one of the rare instances where I can confidently say I liked it before it was cool. I mean, back then, especially when season 1 aired, people were more like, lol, horse girls that run fast, so silly, instead of, oh my god, that's the best thing since sliced bread. And season 2, that tells Teio's story, already helped to turn this sentiment around. Okay, so next time I will either review this awesome looking scale figure that is easy to film, or this finicky Figma that has a ton of parts and will definitely stress me out during production. But since I know that scale figures are always the best horse in the stable, of course my money is on this one.
They are off. And good start for Colorado. We're going to try to
Go faster! Come on, move! You three-legged donkey, you disposably carrying this laser! Come on, move! Fuck! I believed in you, I trusted you, I betted money on you, and you lost them! Alright. Someone just punched a ticket to the glue factory. Oh, and yeah, for all of you there, remember kids, gambling is seriously bad, so don't even start with it, alright? take care out there and keep having fun betting. I mean, collecting, of course. Alright, sign me up for 100 on the next race.